The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, how's it going?
Doing well. How you doing?
Well, doing good, doing good. You have a good Easter weekend?
Yep. Got to spend time with some family up in Roswell, so I had a good time.
Good, good. Family doing well out there?
Everybody's well. Yeah, it was fun. Had a good time.
Good.
Good weather.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous weekend. We're going to have a gorgeous day today, but tomorrow night, clouds are moving in, bringing us about 40% chance of showers tomorrow night, and then 60% on Wednesday, and then sunny, cool temperatures Thursday through the weekend. It'll be a little cooler, but still sunshine coming back on Thursday after the rain coming in on Tuesday night and Wednesday.
Hopefully it don't rain tomorrow night. We got a ball game tomorrow night.
And it's only a 40% chance, so I wouldn't, I got a feeling that 40% chance. No, it's late at night, late at night, 40% chance. So we should be just fine for tomorrow because we have a game tomorrow at 6:00, taking on the Islands here at Howard Bowen Field, right?
Region play gets back in action. Got 9 games left. 3 this week with the Islands, 3 next week with BC, and 3 the following week the Southeast Bulls, and then the state playoffs will begin. So Wayne County's rolling 18-3, having a great season. So it's been a lot of fun.
Okay. Lots of fun for the Wayne County baseball program.
Good baseball team.
Okay.
A lot of good pitching.
Yeah, I know you beat Savannah Christian. Apparently, they must have had a really good team.
As they pitched their ace.
Their ace, huh?
Which made no sense to us. They had a region game that afternoon against Calvary, Savannah, and
why pitch your ace
against us?
It didn't mean anything. It was just almost like an exhibition game. I mean, why do you even play your ace? I mean, you want them for the region games. What you want them for against Calvary?
You would think they would pitch in, but they want to beat us worse than they want to eat. So that's what it is. So. But they were disappointed because they lost. But I was surprised.
That is surprising.
Yeah.
It is surprising.
It's a head scratcher. Why would you pitch your ace against us when it's a non-region game and don't pitch it against Calvary, which was a region game? So.
I have no idea, Bob. That make difference. I don't understand, but it makes no difference to us. We still won, so
it didn't matter to me. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
he's a good pitcher, but that's a good ball game. I said they made.
Where's their park? There, it's right there at their school.
It's right off of Chatham Parkway. Right,
Chatham Parkway.
Yeah, I mean it's close to the highway. I'm surprised balls don't hit cars. That's what I kept thinking. I mean, it's like from here to our door from the highway.
Wow,
that's how close it was.
Home runs could definitely go that far out. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Jeez. All right. Well,
first time they've ever been there. That's good. Nice little facility.
18-3.
Had a good crowd.
18-3. The Wayne County varsity baseball team. They're ranked what? You said third.
Third in the state.
Third in the state in
Quad A baseball.
Quad A. We're in Quad A.
Stars Mill 1, Flowery Branch 2. We're 3. LaGrange is 4. BC and Southeast Bullet both in the top 10. So 3 of our teams are in the top 10. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see BC next week, which is spring break next week.
Yeah, spring break for Wayne County next week.
It's always concerning.
It's always concerning in spring break.
Baseball and spring break.
Yeah, we've seen that through the years.
Yeah, historically, it's not been very good. So hopefully we can stay focused and win those 3 games against BC. Keep this winning streak alive. 12 games in a row. It's a nice little winning streak going on.
That is very nice. Very nice.
My Pirates won all 4 games of the weekend.
Your Pirates won? All 4 games? Who do they play?
Miami Marlins.
The Miami Marlins, huh?
Came back from a 7-2 deficit and won 9-7 extra innings. So 4-0. Wow.
Okay.
How exciting.
That's amazing. Man, how long is the Pirates going to stay in first place in their division? Another week?
Maybe. Right now they're in first place.
Right now they're in first place. That's right. And the Braves took 2 out of 3 from Philadelphia over the weekend. Some interleague play. This midday game today, and that's a 2:10 first pitch today.
hopefully they'll get it in. They said the forecast. I was listening to the post game show last night on the way
did
home.
you?
They said the forecast in Chicago is not good.
Not good at all.
A lot of rain, cold.
Well,
so
we'll find out.
hopefully
I'll
they can
check
get
the
it in.
emails coming in from the Braves and see what we're going to be playing that game today. And then tomorrow's game is at night against Chicago White Sox. The White Sox folks, not the Cubs. We're used to playing the Cubs all the time. White Sox. And then Wednesday's game will be back a midday game.
Man, that's some early interleague play right off the bat.
It is.
So, second series
against interleague. Yeah. You figure be playing the Cubs, but no, it's the White Sox. There's some bad weather up there in the Midwest, huh?
That's what they said on the postgame show. I was listening to it on the way home. And I said the Braves were hoping for a sweep, but they let that game slip away yesterday. But I said they were talking about the trip to Chicago. They said the forecast weather-wise didn't look too good, so they were hoping to get it in. But I'm sure they'll do everything they can to get it in. But
they will.
Just interested in interleague play this early in the season.
Yeah.
In Georgia basketball in the semifinals, NIT, how exciting is that?
That's right. Was this like the Final Four in the Final
Final,
Four?
yeah.
The Final Four,
Yeah.
UGA and the NIT?
Yep.
Way to go, Dogs.
Playing Seton Hall tomorrow night.
Seton Hall, huh?
Trying to get to the championship game. The other side is Utah and Indiana State. So those are the 4 teams left.
Isn't that amazing? Dogs just one victory away to get in the championship game in the NIT.
And the must-see TV game tonight is Iowa and LSU.
Girls basketball.
The girls trying to fight to get to the Final Four. South Carolina's already there. They're still unbeaten. But this Caitlin Clark for Iowa's captured the world. So
Got Caitlin Clark, well, they're saying, versus Bayou Barbie, Angel Reese of LSU are the two stars in the game tonight.
Yeah, it'll be huge. Should be a fun ball game.
So Iowa, LSU, and that's a rematch of 2023's national championship game, which was won by LSU. And then comes the USC UConn girls. This is the girls basketball now. USC UConn game will be also tonight. So you got the Final Four tonight in girls basketball. Well, they must have a heck of a basketball program there at UConn. You got the women's there in the Final Four. You've got the men's there in the Final Four.
Yeah. They look like they're going to win it.
UConn's just rolling over everybody in men's
rolling,
basketball.
Yeah. Final Four is kind of interesting. My bracket's in the trash because UConn's the only team I got left to win it. But
well, you got the best team.
Don't have Alabama. Don't have NC State.
Oh, who would have thought Alabama and NC State? I mean, NC State, if they hadn't won the ACC tournament, wouldn't even be considered for the tournament.
It's the first time they've been in the Final Four since Jimmy Valvano days. That's a long time ago.
A long time ago, back in the 80s. So, sheesh. Yeah, so a Cinderella team there. Would you consider Alabama? There's a little, I wouldn't say Cinderella, but they're not wouldn't expect to be in the Final Four.
I mean, Alabama's known for football. They're not known for basketball.
Yeah, so you got a couple of teams there that you want to,
I still think UConn wins it all, but there's some good ball games.
That
Purdue, I tell you, Purdue's got that big 7'4".
7'4".
I saw something. He did not need a ladder to cut down the net. I've never seen that.
Did not need a ladder to cut down the net.
Everybody else is climbing the ladder. He walks up there. He doesn't need a ladder. He just cuts the net.
I don't need no ladder. I'm 7'4". He just he's just tall. He's just over everybody.
He just looks so much bigger than everybody else.
He is.
He's just out there dominating. So maybe they got a shot, Purdue, but that was the funniest thing. Everybody got the ladder. He's like, get the ladder out. I don't need the ladder.
Yeah, that's. I think his name is called Zach Edey, 7'4" for Purdue. Now, wouldn't that be a heck of a game between Purdue and UConn? Yeah. Gee.
I don't think I've ever seen it before. A kid not needing a net to cut down the net. So
7'4", and he moves pretty decent too. That's the thing about it is.
It's amazing how,
if he does that fade hook shot, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, there's not anybody that can block it. Even nobody can do it. You just have to try to keep him from getting in that position. And he can do it with either arm, the right or the left, with that fade hook shot there. And just hook that thing right in there. I don't care how tall you are, you're not going to block it.
Tennessee let me down. I had them in the Final Four, but they couldn't beat Purdue. So I said, only team. I said, I got UConn to win it, but I think they're going to win it. But should be fun Final Four this coming Saturday afternoon or Saturday night.
Is that when the men's play Final Four?
They play,
Girls tonight. boys
Right now,
on-
the girls are in. Like I said, 2 teams are in the Final Four. This is still Elite Eight action today. The Iowa
Oh, is
LSU
it?
game, yeah.
I said, well, she just
get
getting
to the Final Four.
Getting to the final.
Yeah, they had 2 games yesterday. South Carolina's already advanced to the Final Four. I think Oregon State
Okay.
or somebody. But like I said, this LSU Iowa game is to see who gets to the Final Four.
All right.
LSU's made a lot of headlines. You know, they got that big expose on the coach. She's talking about suing the Washington Post and all that stuff. You kept up on
No,
that?
I hadn't. What's going on with the LSU coach? Ladies.
They
coach.
just did an expose on her life, you know, talking about everything she's done, but she was not happy with it. She was threatening to sue
Well,
Washington.
did they make up anything, or is it all the truth? That's the thing about it. Is you can threaten to sue, but if they can prove everything there, I
I
mean,
haven't really read it. I don't know really. I just saw the headlines where I saw the press conference where she said she was going to sue the Washington Post before the article came out. But the article came out this weekend, but I hadn't seen it. But apparently she's not happy with the article.
okay.
But
She had a checkered past or something, or she must have had something there, more of them than an expose, and she's all teed off about it. But you don't know anything about it, huh? Okay. All right. Just know what's happening.
I just know it's happening.
You
I
just know what's
don't-
happening.
I don't think she's sued yet. So
Well, she needs to concentrate on,
winning this
defeating
game against
Iowa. That's what she needs to concentrate on. Don't worry about that right now. Wait till the season's over with. Just let that dog lie until after the season's over with, and then decide what you want to do with your legal counsel. But college basketball, all exciting. Men's and women's, both of them are getting good numbers and ratings right now, both the men's and women's. And so, if you like to see some good, exciting basketball, you can't beat March Madness.
The women's games are getting higher ratings than the men's games, so everybody's tuned in. But South Carolina's unbeaten, so
Yep, and you got
So,
South Carolina unbeaten.
that means they're going to be a hard team to beat. So, but it'd be nice to see Iowa get to the final. See Caitlin Clark playing the championship game against
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's hoping for. So.
Yep.
But LSU will have something to say about that because
Oh, yeah.
they got a pretty good team.
Well, they
so.
beat them last year in the championship game.
That's a must-see TV game tonight. Looking forward to seeing that. Iowa LSU should be fun. And Caitlin Clark, she shoots 3-pointers like Steph Curry. I mean, as soon as she gets over half
She
court,
is,
she's
isn't
just
she?
flinging
She is
it up
something
there.
else.
Yeah, she's fun to watch.
I mean, you've got to be pretty good to be the all-time score leader ever in college basketball, men's and women's.
It's kind of unfair though to compare to. I mean, Pete Maravich didn't even have a 3-point. You realize how many points Pete Maravich would have scored if they had a
Did they have
3-point line?
3 points back then?
Yeah.
They didn't have 3 points back then.
No. So it's kind of hard to compare her to Pete Maravich. So
Did you see hear about that game yesterday where they had the 3-point line marked wrong on the court? There was a couple of 2 or 3 games yesterday that was played on a court in women's basketball, and the 3-point line was it wasn't
place.
the right distance out. And they just made the decision. The coaches said, let's just go with it. Instead of waiting an hour to have to take it off and repaint, let it dry, and all that kind of stuff, they said, let's just go with it. And they just went with it. Yeah. Somebody else had already played a game on it, and then they noticed it. And then I said, well, don't worry about it. It's the same for both of us, It's like, I can't believe how bad weather it is for this ball game. Well, both teams have to play in it. Now, both teams had to play with a 3-point line in a different position than it normally is. Somebody messed up.
no doubt.
Yeah, somebody messed up drawing that 3-point line there on that court. But the 3-point is exciting. It's like a dunk. It's exciting. Somebody hits from 3 points. That's a pretty good ways out. To be able to swish that thing through there and get them points. And that's one of the reasons why NC State is in the Final Fours. During the ACC tournament against Virginia, they hit a 3-pointer right there at the last second and put it in overtime, and they won in overtime. It had to been for that. NC State would never made the final get into the tournament at all. They didn't have enough victories for it. But they got in, and now look at them. They're in the Final Four. Man, Wolfpack Nation's got to be happy.
Them in Alabama. I can't remember the last time Alabama's been a final match.
Yeah, it's been a while since. There's an SEC team in there, and there's an ACC team in there.
Could have had 2 SEC teams if Tennessee would have won. That would have been nice.
Yeah. And you got Purdue, which is what, Big Ten, and
Big
then
Ten.
UConn is Big East.
Big East.
Okay, so 4 different conferences in there. That brings in a lot of viewers from around the country then.
Out in Glendale, Arizona. That's where the Final Four is in the men's.
In Arizona, huh? Okay.
Starts Saturday night, so should be fun. See if anybody can knock off UConn.
They have been rolling, haven't they?
They're not. I mean, they haven't had much competition in this tournament. I mean, they're just winning by big margins.
Yeah,
so.
big margins, way over double digits. Yep. So enjoy that March Madness. It's always fun. Always fun. And especially if you got a bracket or two that you're in, makes it even more fun.
Getting close to the NFL draft. He'll be here before you know it.
NFL draft coming up.
Several weeks away. So looking forward to that. See where Trevor Wallace winds up.
Trevor Wallace from
Wayne
County, to play for Kentucky, just in case folks don't know.
Yeah, coming out early. So he's projected late second, early third, somewhere around there. So be interested to see who picks him up. Wish him the best.
Yeah, hopefully, I know you want him in that black and gold out there in Pittsburgh.
I'm telling you, Pittsburgh needs a linebacker. Went to his pro day. Everything I read on Steelers Digest, he's high on their list. So keep my fingers crossed. They got several others to look at, but it all depends on who's left on the board, though, and when you pick. So, but it's always fun to watch the draft. We're talking about 4 quarterbacks going 1 through 4. So,
Okay.
a lot of quarterbacks. The J.J. McCarthy from Michigan, he's the surprise one. They say he's climbing up they said he could go second overall. You see J.J. McCarthy is the second best quarterback in the draft? I didn't see that.
No.
That's what some NFL analysts are saying. So we'll see how that plays out.
Well, did you watch the UFL over the weekend? You know, they combined the XFL and the USFL together.
What league is that?
United Football League.
Never heard of it.
You're a sports guy. It doesn't matter whether you like the sport or not. You got to report on it.
It's NFL.
You got to report on it. And so you had the XFL and the USFL teams that combined this year to make the UFL, and
I watched an hour Sports Center. Didn't see anything about it.
Didn't see anything about Sports Center. Not funny, huh?
Not a thing.
Well, I guess you should have watched Fox. They carry it, so they talked about it.
Saw a lot of basketball and baseball highlights, golf highlights. I didn't see anything about some football league.
No UFL football league.
No.
Man, as much as you love football, I figure you'd like that.
I like NFL football, college football. Isn't The Rock having something to do with that?
Yeah, he was the XFL. He was the head of the XFL, and now him and his group combined with the USFL. They had the 2 spring football leagues last year, and now they've combined it into one league, the UFL, United Football League. And so you got stars out there, Bob, that either been in the NFL or maybe end up in the NFL. I guess it's kind of like watching, Canadian football or something like that, or European football.
Can you name 3 players?
I couldn't name you who's in there.
You said star, but like, name one.
I don't know, Bob. I said there could be. I didn't say there was. I said there could be.
Yeah, I see anything about it. It's not on my radar.
Not on your radar, huh? I was proud of you this morning. You reporting on the NASCAR race. Usually you don't do that. It's good to hear that. There's a lot of the NASCAR fans out there.
Big race last night in Richmond.
Yeah, it was rain delayed big time, but then they finally got it in. Denny Hamlin wins. Yeah. Yep.
I still remember him crashing when I had him in a race.
You had him in a race?
I tell you that my first NASCAR race, when that little guy had the little pick numbers, and he got 2 numbers, and those were the 2 guys I had.
Okay, that's 2 guys you had when you picked numbers.
They were 1 and 2 at one point, so I was hoping to win the pot, and all of a sudden I saw a big cloud of smoke on the back stretch, and guy tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Who you got?" I told him. He said, "Well, they just crashed into the wall." I said,
They're totaled. They're out.
Oh well.
There goes my marker. It's gone.
There goes my chance to win that pot.
You win some, you lose some, Bob.
Denny Hamlin let me down, but he did win last night.
He did win last night. Yeah. And so NASCAR season just roaring right along right now. They had a great race in Atlanta a few weeks ago. And so that's all that's going on. What's going on locally here? Any meetings coming up? Anything happening?
It's first of the month. Got the county meeting tonight. And
County meeting tonight.
City of Jesup meets tomorrow night. So
lots of meetings going on.
Yeah, first of the month. So we'll have a full report on the county meeting. A lot on the agenda. I'm not sure what this enabling act is, but they're got changed to the enabling act. I'm not sure what the enabling act is, but that's on the agenda. Second reading of possible changes to the enabling act. So find out what that's all about tonight at the county meeting at 6:00. They do have an executive session on there, so that's always interesting, but not a lengthy agenda. So we'll get out of there a decent hour.
And that new building they built there at the county complex is, you said it's for voting?
Yep, that's the early voting place.
That's the early voting. I wonder if they're going to use it for something else, because you only have voting every so often, you know. It makes me wonder if they're going to just use it for that or for other things, because it's a pretty good-sized building.
That's where they store the machines.
Okay, they storage and vote there. Okay, well, that makes sense, yeah.
That is it's called the Election and Registration Building at 306 East Pine Street. That's where the early vote is going to take place.
Oh, you register there also, so you not only do that, but you can also register.
It starts Monday, April 29th through Friday, May 17th. It's hard to believe that people can start voting at the end of the month.
That's right. You got the primaries coming up in May. That's right. The Republicans will be picking their candidate, and the Democrats will be picking their candidate. And so it'll be interesting to see how it all turns out.
Some of these races will be decided in May because there's no Democratic candidate. Like I said, the 3 candidates for sheriff all on the Republican ticket.
Yeah.
2 D8 candidates on the Republican ticket as well. So those races will be decided in May.
It's amazing how it's flipped. When I moved back to Jesup in '92, whoever won the Democrat, they may or may not even have Republican opposition. You know, back then, back in the early to mid '90s, even to the late '90s.
Times
you know,
have changed.
and then now here in Southeast Georgia, it's reversed a little bit there, where you have sometimes you don't even have Democratic opposition. Some are Republicans. So things just change. You got ebbs and flows, and things change, and next thing you know, they go back around. Who would have thought that a couple of years ago or 3 years ago, we'd things would have gone like this, where we have 2 Democrat senators, and the state went for Biden over Trump. And so that's the reason why you're going to see Trump and Biden both campaigning hard here in the state of Georgia, because it's one of those purple states where it could go either way. And they had on GNN this morning that Trump's going to be coming into Georgia this month. Yeah, it only cost you $250,000 to host Trump, Bob, and to come into the event itself is $6,600 or something like that dollars just to get into the door to go to it.
I haven't won the lottery. That lottery money only goes so far.
Oh, did you see
I've already committed to a new stadium, so I can't host it.
Yeah, you committed to a new stadium. I mean, you like Biden last week when you had Obama and Clinton and Biden there on the stage, and the Democrat donors had to pay a ton of money to get into that speaking event, and he raised $25 million that night. $25 million. People paid out a bunch of money to be in that same building there with the 3 presidents.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. Cost a lot of money to run for political office, Bob. Especially on the state and national level, and even sometimes even on the local levels, it can cost. But we'll keep you updated on what's going on, because we got like 3 candidates for Wayne County Sheriff this year. We got other races that are be challenged, aren't they?
Got 1 contested school board race and 1 contested county commissioner race.
Okay.
County commissioner race will go to November, but school board race is nonpartisan, so that should be decided in May as well.
Okay. All righty. We got a guest tomorrow. Do you know? I think we got the chamber coming in tomorrow on the show. If I remember looking at the board in there right a few moments ago, I think the chamber's coming in tomorrow to talk about some events that are coming up. And I'm not sure if there's anybody else on the board, but we will have a guest tomorrow on the world famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO. Well, Bob, we got to get out of here. I got to give away some tickets real soon to the Wayne County Fair Family 4-pack. That's a $60 value there, Bob.
Can't beat that.
And then get away a family 4-pack to Wild Adventures.
Yeah,
A couple of great good boys.
Fair runs all this week.
All week long. Get out to the
first
Wayne County
to six,
Fair.
Yep.
All right, Bob. Have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup has been brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates.